Oh shoot, I got that too much. Oh. Now I have a hot mess on my lips. See, I tried. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It just doesn't work. Hey guys, it's Amber. So today I'm going to be doing products that I regret buying. Now I know before I even start this that there are going to be some people that are going to not like this video because I'm going to mention their favorite product that they've loved forever. They can't believe that I don't like it or whatever. And some of these products just didn't work for me, or I just didn't really have a need for them. Anyway, carrying on, let's get started. So, where to start? So first, I guess I will start with some blushes. I did a haul last year of a bunch of NYX products, and some other things that I'm actually going to show you are from that haul. And I ordered these two blushes online, one in mocha and one in amber. And I like them both. The problem is they're almost the exact same color. Like, I mean, they're a little tiny bit different, but not enough where I really can tell when they're on my face. And I really prefer the mocha a tiny bit better. And so I never reached for this blush in amber, and I really bought it because it was called amber. I know that's kind of silly, but I did. I bought it because it was called amber. So I regret purchasing both of these just because it's like having two of the same blush. Okay, the next product was a CCO purchase, and this is a MAC pigment. And when I bought this, I thought that it was a blush. So I bought this a little while ago, probably like 2 years ago or something. And it's just really red, it's really sparkly. And I guess I didn't even really realize that it was a pigment and not a blush until I looked at it. And so I just never really used it that much because on my face I have so much redness that it was just too red. So I regret buying this because I just have like done nothing with it. It's just sat forever, but I'm going to try to use it as a pigment and see if I can use it. I'm not going to get rid of these products. I'm just kind of like thinking, looking back, I probably shouldn't have purchased this, but maybe I can use it as a pigment and make some cool like red look with that on my eyes. We'll see. Next is these e.l.f. lashes. I bought these because I thought they'd be good to use in tutorials, and I haven't used them just because they're so thick and they're so hard to work with. They don't bend very easily, and I know they're only $1, but honestly I'd rather spend a little more money and get something that's a little bit more natural feeling, because these just are so stiff that they just poke me and they're hard to put on, and now I have all these swatches on me. So I regret buying that. Okay, I love NYX, like don't get me wrong, but I kind of have a lot of NYX products in here. Disappointment out of all of these. This is the NYX Fly With Me mascara, and I bought this after Goss makeup artist Wayne said that this was one of his like top 10 cheap mascaras. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, if you have this and it makes your lashes beautiful, will you please tell me what I'm doing wrong? So first of all, it has this big brush at the end. And as you can see, it gets kind of like a big glob. So right there, it's like bigger and globbier. And I don't know if it's because I have small eyes and a larger nose that like when I go into the corner to get it, that I just like hit it. But I don't know if it's just not working for me. But having that larger end right there, like it's seriously just right on me. And I feel like I can't get in there very good because it's so big. And the bristles are just kind of short and squatty, and with the larger tip, like I feel like when I apply it, like my lashes don't get very lengthened, they don't get very volumized. That's the other problem. Okay, so it's like flexible like this. So every time without fail that I go to put it back into the container, it's like meow. And then look what just happened to me. And I didn't purposely try to do that. I was just trying to put it back in the tube. So I don't know. I don't know why it worked so great for someone else, but it works horribly for me. And just listen to what it says on the package. Fly With Me intensifies lashes 100 times, making average lashes super long and ultra dark. This formula provides intense coverage so your lashes look extremely thick and boldly black. Your lashes will soar to the sky and your eyes will hint, fly with me. My eyes are not flying anywhere with this. And the only reason why I've kept it is because I wanted to do one of these kind of videos and I thought it'd be useful to show. And now I can probably just throw it away because it just doesn't work for me. I tried, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It just doesn't work. This is another NYX product, and it's not that this product doesn't work. It just doesn't work any better than the other primers that I have or pore fillers, and so I just felt like it was a little redundant of a purchase, a little wasteful. So this was totally an impulse buy. I was in Peerless, and they had a new display of NYX, and I saw the picture, and it was like pores, you know, pop, 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 pop. And then it was like, no pores, and I was like, oh, no pores. And so I'm like, wow. So I'm asking the girl, like, do you use this with a regular primer? Do you use it instead of a primer? And she's like, oh yeah, you know, you just smooth it on and it fills in all your pores. It didn't do any different than my other primers. Like, if I put this on and put my other primer on, or put them on both, and honestly, I felt like if I applied it over another primer, it like got gooey and didn't work. Like, it worked best alone. But I mean, it's fine, it works fine, but I have a lot of primers. I have this Mary Kay primer, I have 2 hard candy primers, and I have a Mirabella primer. I'm not going to be able to use up all these primers. So we might as well just get all the NYX products out of the way. These products are great, actually. I have no problems with these products other than I just find I don't reach for singles. So they're great colors, they're beautiful. It's just, I find that if I want a look, I typically go for my palettes. And I'm just finding that more, so I just don't want to buy as many singles, or if I do buy these singles, I should depot them and put them like a Z palette or something. And I'll share a little hint with you. This one is called Sensual. Yeah, guess what it's a dupe for? I'll show you. Blackheart from Naked 3, which is the dark sparkly color, and Sensual. These two are dupes. They are pretty similar to each other. You can see right there. I don't even know which is which now that I've swatched them. But yeah, they both kind of have that black purpley color. And this is really pretty. But I thought it was going to be more purple when I ordered it online. And I really like this shade, but I have it in here. So again, I just have 2 of them, not really needing a whole separate shadow that's the same. And then I bought this Ulta Glitter Eye Top Coat when I was in the search for something to replace like I really wanted that pressed pigment look, really sparkly. And this just didn't give me the pigmentation that I really wanted. And since then I found the e.l.f. Super Lustrous eyeshadows, which I love, which are super shimmery, so this just doesn't end up getting used. So I bought these 2 Color Tattoo pigments, and although they are pigmented and they are very beautiful, I just don't find myself using them very much. And if I do use a pigment, I find that I use like the lighter ones, like right on my lid to give me a little bit of pop. But I can't tell you how many times I've reached for these in the past few months. I probably will now more that it's spring, but looking back, I have similar colors like in palettes that I would probably use more. So I just regret purchasing these because once again, I just don't use them very much. Okay, almost done. So I have some Mirabella. This was kind of like a little set, and it was actually kind of expensive. And it came with this purple eyeliner and these 2 cream shadows. First off is these shadows tend to like break. I don't know if it's this one that's broken or the other one, but they kind of tend to fall out. And they're really pretty, but I just find that they get a little chunky. Oh, see, this one's broken. It just like falls out. So they get chunky, and so when I'm trying to blend them, like a lot of product will come off in like chunky spots. And if I don't use a primer, they crease. But if I do use a primer, it's like they stick to the primer in uneven patches and they look patchy. So I've tried several times to use these together and they just kind of ended up patchy. The best way that I've tried to use them so far is to use like tiny bit of primer, then this, and then just like one shadow over the top. But if you start trying to like layer and blend, they just get patchy and kind of weird. So I just kind of regret buying that. The last 2 products are e.l.f. And I know when you mention e.l.f. products, people are like, well, you get what you pay for. And I understand that because e.l.f. is cheap, but there's a lot of e.l.f. products that I really do like. This one is the e.l.f. Contouring Blush and Bronzing Cream. Now I have this in St. Lucia, and I have the regular bronzer of this in the powder form, and I love it. I use it quite a bit. But for whatever reason, this, whenever I've used it, it just ends up turning a little bit too orange on my skin. I mean, can you see that? Like, it looks really orangey on me, and so I just never use it because it looks too orange. And that was the reason why I bought it, is because I wanted a cream contour color. And so, you know, this blush over here, and it's nice and it's okay, but I feel like it's similar to other things that I have, and so I wouldn't have purchased this if I knew that the bronzer was going to be too orange, which doesn't make sense because it's the same color as the other bronzer. So yeah. And the last product that I regret purchasing is this e.l.f. lip stain. I was kind of testing out a bunch of lip stains, and let me just tell you right now, my favorite is probably the Mirabella lip stain, which I put in my favorites video for March, and also my Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stains. Those two are probably my favorite. And I like the color of this. It's really pretty. But what problem is like, if you look at the tip of this brush, there is so much product. So what happens is you're going to apply it to your lips. Oh. There's so much that it ends up like going over your lip line, and then you're like, oh shoot, well that's a stain. Back it up. Let me try to wipe that off now. Oh shoot, I got that too much. Oh. Now I have a hot mess on my lips. So I find if I do use it, I have to literally like scrape. And then I can very lightly use it. But I don't understand why it comes with the gloss, because without the gloss, it's a stain. Once you put the gloss on, it's no longer a stain, like it transfers. So you put the gloss on, all of a sudden, it's like gonna come off. Where if you don't use the gloss, it doesn't kiss off, but this gloss makes it kiss off. So it's kind of like, why would you include the gloss to make it moisturized if it makes it rub off on things? I don't really understand. So I regret purchasing this. So those are all the things that I regret purchasing. If you have any suggestions on how to make any of these products work better, I'm always open to hearing them. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Bye!